Right here behind me is a brand new boat model for 2026, a 24.5-foot surf boat that delivers incredible value and unmatched performance on the water. This is the all-new 2026 Centurion NV243. What's up, guys? This is Mitch from BoardCo. Today, I'm going to take you through the new 2026 NV243. This boat clocks in at 24.5 feet and features over 5,200 pounds of factory installed ballast that is going to make this boat throw one of the best surf waves of any boat out there. Basically, here at BoardCo, we're kind of referring to this boat as the Value RI245, which is Centurion's #1 selling boat. In fact, one of the top selling surf boats in the world. And the NV243 is going to deliver similar performance, similar capabilities, all of the same quality that you find in an RI245, but comes in at a significantly lower price point with a little bit different feature set. With that said, the NV243 comes with a bunch of great features. There are lots of things you can add onto this boat or equip it with. Things such as the DropZone power folding tower that is now standard for 2026. The new PCM ZZ5 power plant that is also now standard for 2026. A brand new ballast system that I'll cover in just a minute, and the ability to add different features such as flip up interior seats, ram fill, all kinds of different stereo options, and everything else that Centurion is now known for, making some of the best surf boats on the water. So let's take a little bit closer look at why the NV243 may be a great pick for you and your family. All right, since we have the NV243 here on the dock, we're gonna start here at the bow of the boat. So one of the things I really enjoy about the NV is that you've got a perimeter going all the way around the outside that gives you a great place to board the boat. Whether you're boarding here at the bow like I am, or on the side, you can get in front of the tower, in between the tower and the windshield on this boat. You can get in at the back, you can get here on the front, and you always have a stable place that you can stand so that you're not having to worry about slipping and sliding on different angular pieces of gel-coated fiberglass. As I step in, one of the things the NV has become really popular for is the size of the bow. This bow is huge. It's a big pickle fork bow. You can easily sit 3 people facing backwards. You can have multiple people sitting facing forward. You can lounge your legs out. You have a lot of space and a lot of room. You also have this removable bow fill cushion, so you can pull this out if you want to. You can put your feet down in here on the inside. It just is a great way so that you can configure and run the bow however you like. There's lots of cup holders, accent lights, additional speakers that are up here in the bow that are all standard, all part of the standard Centurion package. You even have charging ports, so if you want to charge your devices while you're up here in the bow, you certainly can. One of the great things about the bow in this boat too is it's a really dry ride bow, meaning you're not going to take water over the front. When you turn around and pick up a surfer, you're not going to have the wave come over the front of the boat because of the unique way that Centurion designs their bow configuration to be optimal for wake surfing. So when you turn around, there's additional volume as the bow dips into the water that's going to prop the bow up and make it so that it doesn't dip into the water. Meaning if you got a crew of 3 or 4 people that are sitting here in the bow, you don't have to worry about taking big waves and making everybody get wet. But the bow in the NV243 is really an exceptional design and a great place for people to hang out. Now here at the transom of the NV243, and there's actually a lot of really cool stuff I can point out here that's new and unique. First off, we got a pop-up ski pylon here at the back end. My preferred spot to tow different things like tubes or other items like that you don't want to tow from a tower, but it also elevates it above the lower tow point so that if you're not getting the rope caught in the wake or things like that. You've also got these rear storage lockers right here that flip up and hinge up just like that. These are great storage areas for little items, things such as dock lines or flip-flops, all those little things that you put throughout the boat that you're not quite sure where to put them. It's just a great way to keep those organized and in the right spot. Also, you have a high definition camera that's new for 2026 that's right here at the back end that lets you catch all the action up on the dash screen on the NV243. Moving here up towards the cockpit, you've got these big, large storage lockers right here at the transom. You got your engine hatch and you got your storage lockers on the sides. In these storage lockers, you have plug and play bags, but these plug and play bags only take up about half the space that's in these lockers when they're completely full. Meaning that on top of them, you can store multiple things. You can store vests, you can store ropes, handles, wetsuits, all that type of stuff in here. You can even fit tubes tubes. With the way that the base communicates across over, you can even store boards back here in this area, and it's a really useful spot. I personally like to throw all of my wet gear in this area, meaning that I get out of the water, I've got my wet life jacket on, you take it off and drop it in here. The engine keeps it nice and warm if it's a cool morning, but you get all of your wet stuff here in these lockers that you're not taking it in and having it drip dry on the inside of the boat. I personally can put all of my life jackets, all of my wetsuits, and my ropes and handles in just the back locker area right here, meaning that all of your storage space in the main cockpit is reserved for things such as towels, coolers, lunch boxes, whatever you're taking there with you on the boat, but you're not having to worry about any of that wet gear. Between this back area here and the board storage up in the Bimini and up in the racks on the tower, I really don't keep any of my gear that we need for surfing or wakeboarding or anything like that actually underneath any of the seats on the inside of the boat, which is really nice because you're not having to make people stand up and move to access the gear that you need to get to when you're wanting to get out and ride. It's a really great way of making it so that you can have the best experience when you're on the water. Last up, you've got this walkway that goes from the back of the boat all the way up into the interior. You don't have to step on any vinyl going all the way through the inside. It's also lined with this super durable rugged gator step that feels really nice, doesn't get hot in the sun, even the black color, and is going to be a really nice walkway that keeps your vinyl looking great for years and years to come. Moving here into the interior cockpit of the NV243, there's still a lot of storage space. Beyond just the ones in the back hatches, we also have storage underneath all of the seats on the inside, as well as in this main observer locker. The main observer locker is nice because you can just flip up this backrest and then reach back and access anything you need without necessarily needing to stand up and completely move to be able to open it up and access it. You also can lift up this seat that I'm sitting on if you need to access the batteries, which sit directly underneath here. It's a really nice convenient place that you can access them, but they're not taking up usable storage space. You also have storage underneath all of the seats on the interior. You can have them beneath this flip up rear facing seat, which is optional in the NV243, and underneath all of the other seats on the inside that are all hinged and have shocks that are self-supporting, which are really nice to be able to get all of the different items that you may want to access. All of the storage lockers are lined with a rhino lining material that is going to be mildew and mold resistant, meaning that you're not going to have funky, nasty stuff on the inside of your boat if it gets a little bit wet, which boats tend to do. And if you don't let them completely dry out, it will make it a lot nicer than carpet or any other different material that may sit down inside of those storage lockers. So we're now moving up to the helm that has got some really great new features for 2026 in the NV243. First up, we got our big, awesome Touch Vision dash here on the right side. This has all kinds of different things you can do with it, with menus that are quick and easy to access by just pressing the menu buttons here on the left side. We can access everything from our home screen, our surf settings, ballast, navigation, if we've got navigation equipped in the boat, all of the lighting, music, as well as rider profiles so that you can just quickly and easily set up the boat with the press of one button. This boat is extremely easy to dial in. All you do is just press surf left or surf right, and then if you want to fine tune your surf experience, just simply go into the rider profiles and you can add in and set up any profiles and any settings that you want to fine tune and customize the surf wave to be ideal for any rider who gets back behind the boat. Speaking of easy and intuitive, we have this new helm control here on the left side of the helm. This gives you some quick and easy access to the things that you're going to need to use most. You have buttons here on the right side for just simply surf right and surf left. Just press a button and it will set the system right up for you. If you want to disengage it and go back to normal, just press that same button again, it will disengage. You've also got a quick access volume control knob that makes it so you can turn the stereo volume up and down quickly and easily, which is really nice. You can also move it and tap it to change tracks and to move between different songs that you're listening to. You've also got quick access for things such as lighting, bilge, things like that here on the left side. It's just a quick way to be able to access all of the different features you want to have without having to access them through the dash screen. But if you want to access them through the dash screen, you certainly can. Once again, with quick and easy access, you also have these paddle shifters on the sides of the steering wheel. The one on the left controls your stinger plate, which is going to control the running attitude of the boat. This is a quick and easy way to mellow out or steepen up your surf wave. So if you're looking back at a rider, noticing that the wave is a bit too steep and powerful, you can just dial it up and it will mellow the surf wave right out for them quickly and easily. Also right here on the right side is quick, easy access to your cruise control. This makes it so that you can dial your speed up or down with just a couple taps, and you can do it without having to look at the dash screen or honestly really even looking at the dash whatsoever. This makes it so that you can fine tune the two elements that you're going to adjust most often while you're out surfing, which is your speed and your stinger plate, and giving you quick, easy access with just your fingertips without even taking your hands off of the steering wheel. A few other elements to note here on the dash is you've got a nice cubby right here for your valuables like your wallet, watch, anything like that you want to pop in right here. You've also got this Cobra Racing driver seat that I'm sitting in. My opinion, still the most comfortable driver's seat on the market. Got a built-in notch for your legs so you can turn and face this way just like I am talking to you. You can easily face back and see the rider as well as see in front of you. And if you want to turn and face forward, it's really comfortable and nice. The seat was designed for the bolster to be flipped up since that's how most people are using it most of the time when they're driving. But it's also really nice if you want to flip it down, you can still face forward and it's a really comfortable seat to sit in. It's just a great overall experience for the driver. You've got a built-in armrest right here on the right side, as well as a bunch of other little things for the driver, such as a speaker that's right here, cup holders, a heater that is dedicated to the driver, so that if you're going to be sitting here in the most important seat in the boat, you are going to have everything that you need at the touch of a button and all of your creature comforts fully taken care of. Next up with the NV243 is the tower. So the DropZone power tower is now standard in the NV series and FE series boats for 2026 in the Centurion lineup, meaning this tower is going to come standard on your boat. There's a lot of great features on this tower, such as the gel-coated tower panels that can bring in the exterior look of the boat and make it so it pulls into the inside and really enhances the overall aesthetic on the interior of the boat. Between the combination of being able to choose the accent tower panel color here, as well as the interior accent panel down below, it makes it so that the boat can look just as flashy and awesome as the exterior boat does. You also have some great features on this tower, such as side tow hook points, so you can get riders up outside of the wake easy on the outside edges. You also have built-in life jacket hooks here on the interior, so you can hang your vests up and let them drip dry while they're hanging here, and makes it so that they're not dripping on any of the seats or any of the people that are driving and hanging out in the boat. Next thing we've got is this tower, as I mentioned, is power folding, meaning you can drop the tower down and do a cover that goes over the top of everything, keeping bugs off of your speakers, your racks, all of the other different items here on the tower. All the Centurion towers are equipped with these amazing hook lock style board racks that spin around and that you can just simply slide a board in, pull and hook and lock it in, so you're not having to worry about having clamps that are going to dent or damage the board, or bungees or anything like that. Strapless board racks come standard on all of the boats from BoardCo, and they are a really nice feature to be able to make it so that you can keep your board safe and secure. Speaking of safe and secure, the double XL Bimini top comes standard on all the boats from BoardCo, with built-in surf sleeves that are going to keep your boards safe and secure, as well as heat-resistant pockets that are going to make sure that even your fragile surfboards aren't going to bubble or blister when they're out in the hot sun just baking all day long. This boat's equipped with the So Long shade sail that extends out further and extends shade to the entire coverage of the cockpit all the way to the back of the boat, and just gives you a little bit extra shade if you've got skin complexion like me, and shade is definitely your friend. In the NV243, there's a few great audio options you can pick from. Wet Sounds audio comes standard in the NV243. You can either select from a pair of Rev 10 tower speakers, or if you want to upgrade and go with 2 pairs of Rev 10 tower speakers to really enhance the audio experience and drive more sound out to the riders, you certainly can do that. One new great feature for 2026 in all Centurion boats is the Wet Sounds XXX sub with a custom designed enclosure that is multiple years in the making with Wet Sounds. Comes standard on all Centurion boats. It sounds absolutely incredible and allows one sub to hit harder than 2 subs did in the past, which is a really great way of driving up your bass without necessarily driving up your price tag or losing storage space because you're wanting to throw a bunch of additional stereo equipment in the boat. Last and most important thing to discuss with the NV243 is the performance of the boat. So there's a few things to discuss here. First off is the surf performance of it. The NV243 throws an incredible surf wave. As I mentioned earlier, this boat is packing 5,200 pounds of factory installed ballast. This is more ballast than basically any other surf boat out there on the market that isn't a Centurion, and it also features the Centurion OptiV 2.0 hull, meaning that you're going to get an incredible surf wave out of this boat right out of the box with no additional additives or anything, and even with only 2 or 3 people in the boat. Speaking of ballast, there is a new feature on all of the NV and FE series boats for 2026 from Centurion, and that is new high flow ballast pumps. They're going to fill ballast twice as fast as previous methods. We already had one of the fastest filling ballast systems on the market, and it's gotten even faster with the new pumps for 2026. These new pumps are stainless steel sea flow pumps, which means that they're going to be substantially more durable and handle a beating more than other pumps, meaning they're going to last longer. They're not going to require as much service or maintenance. And this is amazing because most high flow pumps require a lot of additional maintenance and are more prone to breaking than standard ballast pumps are. Last up is let's talk about power and performance. The new PCM Z5 engine is the standard engine in the NV243. There's a couple different engine options in this boat. You can equip it with a ZZ5 or the PCM ZZ6, which is going to deliver a little bit more torque and power and more top end speed. But if you're ever concerned about is the ZZ5 adequate and delivers enough power in this boat, we're right now up here at Schofield Reservoir in Utah. The elevation of Schofield Reservoir is 7,618 feet above sea level. Most boats will struggle to even run properly at this elevation, where this boat, we can fill all 5,200 pounds of ballast, pack the boat full of a full crew of people, and still have no problem hitting surf speed and having the boat perform properly without having to completely modify the prop to be a super high elevation prop. We're equipping this boat with the same propeller that we'll equip at lower elevation lakes, such as Lake Powell or other things. Not a sea level prop. You're going to go to a different prop if you're all the way down there at sea level. But if you're here in Utah at any of the higher elevation lakes, you can expect to run the same prop, whether you're all the way up here at Schofield or going down to Lake Powell or other lakes where you're about 3,000 feet elevation. And even here at this elevation, that PCM ZZ5 works incredibly well and is able to surf at 3,400 RPMs. If you want to take it up a notch and go to the ZZ6, you certainly can, but you definitely don't need a supercharger or a PCM ZZ8 engine or any other crazy configurations in order to have a boat that is this size with this much ballast perform. And that is thanks to the quick surf system, the Optiv hull design, and the just sheer efficiency of how a Centurion boat is designed to create a surf wave. Thanks for spending some time with me here in the Centurion NV243, all new boat for 2026. If you want to get behind an NV243, don't hesitate to reach out to us at BoardCo. You will not be disappointed. We'd be more than happy to let you get out and surf behind one of these incredible boats. Also, if you'd like more information on the NV243, head over to boardco.com, where we've got all kinds of details, information, and all of the different things that you're going to need if you're wanting to check this boat out. Once again, this is Mitch from BoardCo. Thanks for spending some time with us, and we'll see you later.